Hi, this is Mark Sellers, author of The Funnel Principle and Blind Spots, the hidden killer of sales coaching. Sales managers, I know you have one of the most difficult jobs in the business, and that's when you have to make a judgment call on firing a salesperson or giving that person more time to try to turn things around. It's one of the toughest decisions that a manager has to make. I find that sales managers often delay this decision for a lot of different reasons, and one of those reasons is they really don't know how to approach the evaluation, and they end up carrying somebody who frankly should be let go sooner or maybe put on some kind of a development plan. So in this tip, I'm going to give you five tips for how you can quickly come to some more highly confident conclusions about what you should do with these questionable salespeople. Number one, ask yourself, is this salesperson putting points on the board? It sounds pretty obvious, but let's face it, winning takes care of a lot, right? You're willing to be more patient and have more tolerance for behavior that you don't like or don't want and from a salesperson when they are putting points on the board for you. Number two, is this person giving you the time that the job requires? If you have a sense that this person is having a hard time even getting out of bed, then that's not good. Hopefully you can document through hotel stays and gas receipts and meal receipts and things like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, you need somebody who's going to put in the time to try to do the job and be successful, right? Number three, do they give a shit? Yes, that's what I said. Think about a basketball player who at practices is an animal. They're on the floor chasing after loose balls. They're winning the 50-50 battles. And that's a beautiful thing, right? Because effort just goes a long way. We love that. And effort often turns around a salesperson who's not having a good year because they're willing to put in the time and the effort to try to change that. So if you have a salesperson who is not giving that look, right, that give a shit, if you will, that's not a good sign. But you have to be looking for that so that you can, use that to decide what you should do. Number four, is this person coachable? It's one thing for a salesperson to nod their head when you're giving them advice. It's another thing to have them actually put that advice into practice and change the behaviors that you're trying to get them to change. If they're not willing to do that, or if they're not able to do that, either one of those is not a very good thing, but you need to know that because every manager, I think, needs salespeople who are coachable to some degree. And last but not least, number five, is this person really capable of doing the job? If you have, for example, a farmer who you really need to do a lot more hunting right now, that's difficult. You can't just flip that switch for people, or vice versa, if you need somebody to do a lot more farming than hunting, which tends to not be the case these days. So if they're not capable of doing the job, you've got to come to that realization sooner rather than later and maybe have to create the necessary ending that it requires. So hope this helps. I know the job is not an easy one to, a task not easy to execute on, but you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the rest of your region to make these kinds of tough decisions. Hopefully I've helped you with making that tough decision with these 5 tips today. Great success to you.